Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Let's say hello again to Alana. She's at the Black Desert Resort in Ivins, your old stomping grounds down there, Alana.
Of course. I love Washington County, Brian. Yeah, the Black Desert Weather Center is such an amazing place. And you can see behind me tonight, after all the golfers go home, quiet conditions, and it's absolutely beautiful. The heat cooling off as we sit in the 90s. It's a light breeze, near perfect for the last day of July. Can you believe we're already there? Gosh, in northern Utah, you guys were battling that heavy, heavy smoke, thicker plumes rolling in. You had to get higher elevation to get above that smoke, and even then, it was still noticeable. Alpine Loop here from Chris Williams sharing that awesome photo. The blue skies were out there. We just didn't get to see them along the Wasatch Front. It was hazy sunshine today in lower Washington County. Salt Flats view of that sunset. Gosh, it just shows off how that elevated particulate matter from the wildfire smoke really adds to the color. You've got the orange, you've got the red, and we're seeing that. Perhaps the only silver lining when it comes to wildfire smoke, because I know air quality has been rough. Taking a look at daytime highs, we saw those 90s along the Wasatch Front, and at times thicker smoke can actually limit daytime heating. We were below average by a few degrees. 91 in Provo, 99 in Moab, made it to 104 in St. George. Ivins always runs a few degrees hotter than St. George itself. Let's talk about July for a moment, because here we are launching into August. I can't believe we're there. Can you? Oh goodness, where's the summer going? But as we look back at July for Salt Lake City, we were bone dry. We didn't even pick up a 1/10 of an inch of moisture at Salt Lake International, 800ths there for the entire month, and that was spread out over the last few days of the month. To be honest, we just didn't get a lot of measurable moisture, and it was hot. That average temperature coming in 3 degrees above where we typically do for the month of July in Salt Lake, and that puts us, I believe, at the 7th hottest July on record in Salt Lake. It's also been hot in St. George with those triple digits coming through. Live view from West Valley tonight, where you can actually make out wildfire smoke even from the night view. Gosh, we're not going to get a breather from that, with our winds bringing in that smoke from major California wildfires. Looking at the satellite radar, we don't see any moisture, and you do see that high pressure towards the Four Corners. That high pressure is going to dominate the weather story. So this is going to take over as we get through the remainder of the work week, and the positioning of that high that you see right there is going to dictate when we start to see some storms, because those are coming too. As we take a view of Delta, great shot tonight from Miguel. Thank you for sharing this one, Miguel. Great clear conditions. High pressure also brings subsidence, sinking air, which allows for those clear skies, which you get to photograph so beautifully. Let's check that smoke model, because I know in northern Utah, especially along the Wasatch Front, you're going, when do we get a break? Well, it's not into tonight. You see those thicker plumes sliding into central Utah with the help of the winds deteriorating overnight, and the haze is really statewide. So unfortunately, another day of wildfire smoke for the state as we head into tomorrow, and air quality impacts show up. Let's take a look. We've got unhealthy air for sensitive groups along the Wasatch Front for tomorrow. Tooele and Box Elder County also falling into that camp. So if you have respiratory issues, maybe you're asthmatic, COPD, you're really feeling this wildfire smoke and this air quality decline. Moderate air in Cache Valley and the northeastern corner of the state. It's also ozone season, so during the heat of the day, we see those ozone levels kind of spike. Taking a check on what to expect when it comes to the potential of storms. Well, that high pressure's on the move, and the ridge is going to set up, and as it does, it starts to invite cloud cover back into southern Utah. By Friday, we're going to see some dry thunderstorms because monsoon moisture wants to make a return. As you look at that high pressure, it hangs out near the Four Corners, and its southerly flow drags moisture from the south and pulls it into the Beehive State, which is why southern Utah actually sees those thunderstorms before we do in the north. The model wants to push that moisture further north, so a bit of a monsoon push as we head into the weekend, and that means active skies return for portions of the state, especially the higher terrain. We know with the heating of the day, daily thunderstorms are possible in the south as we get through the next 7 here. Take a look at those temperatures for tomorrow. Now, I think we could go 100 in Salt Lake. That would be our 19th triple-digit day of the year in Salt Lake City, but the smoke could stop us short. Either way, we're going to be above the average of 95. 106 in the St. George area, 105 down towards Moab, so we're going to see triple digits. If you don't make the triple digits, we're talking high 90s. Take a look at the next 7 days here. You're able to see in Washington County, the threat of those storms comes back and it stays. Daily percent of chances of those storms as we make it through because of the positioning of that high. So isolated thunderstorms on deck for a large portion of the next 7 days as temperatures will be a few degrees above normal, so about 102 to 106. Here's the Wasatch Front looking at those numbers, a few back-to-back triple-digit days on deck. Now, as the cloud cover and moisture surges further north, we'll see those temperatures easing a little bit, so upper 90s around the corner as we head into next week, and that's when we could see some isolated thunderstorms along the Wasatch Front. So storms make a return with monsoon moisture, but the big weather headline is the heat. I don't need to tell the folks that in southern Utah, they've been dealing with it all summer. Second hottest summer on record in St. George thus far, and we have a lot of summer left. Live from the Black Desert Weather Center, I'm going to send it back in to Brian.